Beautiful. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. My name's Steve Lucier, and I am on the core team of a small ragtag group of folks who are building a next-generation crypto-focused phone, and we call it Saga. And today, I want to give you a tour through everything about Saga, what we're doing, what we're building, what it means for you, why we're building a phone in the first place, and then we'll dive deep into a little about how it works. So first of all, what is it that we're building and going to offer to you guys? We're building something called the Solana Mobile Stack. Now, this is a stack of technologies that include at least these four things. The first is a mobile wallet adapter protocol. This is the thing that you are going to use to communicate between your apps and wallets on mobile in a way that's efficient and delightful to use. The second thing is a solution for security. We call it Seed Vault. The third thing is a way for app developers to publish apps and get them directly into the hands of their customers. And we call this the Solana DApp Store. And then the other things that are included in the Solana Mobile Stack include a reference implementation of how you can implement Solana Pay on a mobile phone, because there's nothing quite like being able to pay on your device in a store or outdoors. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is the mobile wallet adapter. This is mainly intended for use if you're building a dApp. And you use it in your dApps to connect to a Solana Mobile Stack compliant wallet to ask it to do a bunch of things for your app, like sign messages and to send transactions. But more than an SDK, it's a protocol. The Mobile Wallet Adapter Protocol describes how to build dApps and wallets that can freely cooperate, both locally on a device, but also remotely over a network, like a peer-to-peer connection, like Bluetooth. It describes how to do this, but it doesn't prescribe exactly what you need to use. Fundamentally, it enables an application, a dApp like yours, to connect to any wallet that supports the Mobile Wallet Adapter Protocol. This is the biggest news for developers like you, because you no longer need to build in support for every wallet in existence to be able to have it compatible with your app. When you integrate the Solana Mobile Stack Mobile Wallet Adapter to your app once, it's compatible with all wallets that are compatible with Solana Mobile Stack's Mobile Wallet Adapter, both today and in the future. Integrate once and use the whole ecosystem of MWA compliant wallets. And it's designed to work with all dApps. The same protocol designed to work across devices, across platforms, whether you're building a wallet or you're building a dApp atop something like native Android, which is where we're starting with SMS, or very quickly, we hope, iOS to follow. Or whether you're building an app with something like React Native or Flutter or some other cross-platform technology, or whether you're entrenched on the mobile web and mobile websites are how you reach your customers, the Solana Mobile Stack Wallet Adapter will work across all of these devices, platforms, and technologies. All right, next thing I want to talk about is Seed Vault. This is basically a software development kit for secure key custody. It's intended mainly for use by wallet developers. So if you are creating the next-gen wallet on Solana, Seed Vault is going to be an SDK that's very important to you. Wallets are ultimately responsible for safe custody of their customers' private keys and for doing the actual signing of messages and transactions. And because this is a tremendous responsibility for wallets, it imposes a lot of risk on wallet makers. And so with Seed Vault, we're hoping to de-risk some of that, because secrets are stored outside of the Android OS level. This is how Seed Vault helps developers de-risk their products. It basically builds a wall around their secrets, and when secrets are stored in Seed Vault, neither the operating system, nor the apps on your phone, nor even the wallet itself can read the secrets out of Seed Vault. Those private keys never leave. And fundamentally, secrets are encrypted at rest, and the decryption keys are only available to the Seed Vault. This aims to prevent a third party from being able to read your secrets even in the event that you lose your device. Now, Seed Vault offers back for all the control that it takes away from you, it offers an API back to wallet developers that lets them do the things that matter, signing and sending transactions. It takes away the responsibility of custody from a wallet, and Exchange gives back this API. And notably, there is no API to export your private key or your seed phrase to anything running on Android OS, any software, not even the wallet. So Solana Mobile Stack, it's a technology stack. If you want to shoot that QR code on the screen, it'll link you straight to the GitHub that contains all of the code, which is open source under an Apache 2.0 license. That repository contains the mobile wallet adapter SDK, the Seed Vault SDK, some example apps for the web and for React Native and for Kotlin, as well as tools for distributing mobile apps, which we call the Solana dApp Store, and a reference implementation of Solana Pay. That's all the stuff you can expect to find on that GitHub. And it targets all mobile devices, but starting today with Android. So, you may wonder, especially based on what I just said, that we target all mobile devices, starting with Android and moving to iOS later. Why would we build a phone in the first place? Well, here's how I like to think about this. One solution to the problem of creating consumer end-user devices is to leave it up to free market competition, right? If you think back to the IBM PC clone days, you had a bunch of PC clone manufacturers which were all competing with each other, and they were building interoperable devices on open standards, a host of PC clone devices that were compatible with a host of peripheral devices, right? Video cards, sound cards, storage cards. We in Mobile Crypto have been taking, and will continue to support a similar decentralized approach, but I think that we have to recognize that this decentralized approach doesn't always lead to the best end-user experiences. When things go wrong, users are left to fend for themselves when there's a driver incompatibility with your video card, or your sound card doesn't work with your game, or. Then you're sort of left to fend for yourself. You have to learn how to update drivers and download drivers, and what a driver even is, and what do I choose in this list of driver download options, and ultimately, when you hit dead ends, you're kind of on your own. Now, the crypto experience on mobile today, it's not quite that bad. But I think that it can be said that it's sort of batteries not included, right? If you want to assemble a phone to do crypto operations, you kind of have to assemble the pieces yourself. You have to select and install and configure and learn how to secure your own wallet, right? And even then, the wallet that you choose might not be compatible with one or more of your mobile apps. Speaking of apps, it's also sort of hard to download apps. You might find that the apps that matter the most to you are not available on the platform's app stores, either because they've just straight up been rejected, or because their economics were fundamentally incompatible with the app store's revenue sharing model. The most motivated among you are sort of left to sideload your apps onto your phone, if that's even possible. And then the last thing that I want to say is that there's no real unified security story on crypto with respect to mobile right now. Ultimately, your secrets are as safe as the least secure app on your phone, right? Because your secrets live in a place that's ultimately accessible to, in this case, Android OS, there exists a chance that even though they may be safe today, that they could be leaked in the next hack by a keylogger that gets installed on your phone, by a crash logger, or any number of other vulnerabilities that are discovered in Android itself or developed in the future. There is another approach, though. Another approach to creating an end consumer device is to start, not from the technologies, but to start at the top of this pyramid with the user experience. Think of the kind of phone that you would love to own, that you would love to use, and place that at the top. And then assemble all of the software and the hardware and fine-tune it, and everything you do be in service of that ideal end user experience. And all of the pieces that we need are here, right? We have open protocols for inter-application communication, like WebSockets and Bluetooth and everything else. And we have permissionless, decentralized markets for distributing stuff, right? NFTs, this is one giant secondary market for distributing assets in a permissionless, decentralized way. What if an asset was just an app on your phone? And we also have secure hardware for securing secrets. If someone went and they took all of these pieces and intentionally built the ideal crypto mobile device and then put it in your hands, what would that look like? And that is why we're building Saga. We aim to be the first team to assemble best-in-class software designed in harmony with world-class hardware with the same security that you would expect from a hardware wallet into a handset that's purpose-built for crypto that we hope that you're going to love. And that's Saga. The first implementation, Saga is going to be the first implementation end-to-end of the Solana mobile stack. It's available as a pre-order right now for 100 USDC, and you can shoot that QR code to get linked directly to the pre-order site. The final price, once it ships, will be 1,000 USDC in total. And we want as much feedback as possible from developers like you so that we can make sure that we have gotten the ergonomics of those Solana mobile stack APIs exactly correct. And that's why this fall, 3,500 people on that pre-order list who are also developers will be invited to receive an early edition of the actual hardware to develop on so that you can make sure that the experience is exactly what you intend to launch. So that's why we're building a phone. But now I want to lead you through a couple of things in case you still have questions about how it all works. So the first thing I want to talk about is Seed Vault, because I think this is critically important. If you don't have your assets, what do you have? And I could talk about Seed Vault by saying, it's based on a Qualcomm, secure element and Qualcomm secure execution environment that knows how to, sign using elliptic curve cryptography, and system creation. Seed creation happens outside of software and actually at the system level, and that your seeds, while inside Seed Vault, are password protected or protected by biometrics. I could sort of describe it in those terms, but I want to do something a little bit different. I want you to imagine Seed Vault as a cardboard box that contains your secrets. Now, I know you're looking at me thinking, Steve, I don't want to keep my secrets in a cardboard box. That sounds like a terrible idea. But here's the thing about Seed Vault. Seed Vault is a magical cardboard box. It doesn't need to hide behind bulletproof metals or complicated lock systems to be able to keep your private keys secure. Imagine a box that contained your secrets, but one neat property about this box is that when you look inside of it, there's nothing to steal. And this box has a slot on the top of it. And you can take a message or a transaction that you want signed, and you can stick it into the slot, and then you just knock on the box a couple times, and you are the only person who's allowed to knock on this box. And only when you knock on this box, the message or transaction that you asked signed to be signed pops out of the box signed with your private keys. That's essentially how Seed Vault works. Secure custody for your keys that does all of the useful things that you want a wallet to do, like signing transactions and signing messages. But again, when you look inside of it, nothing to steal. That is the low-tech definition of what's going on with Secure Elements on phone. There's another interesting thing I want to talk about Seed Vault, and that's trusted UI. So, whenever Seed Vault needs to show some interface to the user, maybe it needs to ask them to sign a transaction and it wants them to put down a fingerprint or type in their password, those pixels that it puts on the screen are actually invisible to the OS. So here's a flow where maybe you're sending a transaction on the network and you're being asked to approve it with some seed in the Seed Vault. And then at the very last step on the right side, it asks you to type in your password to unlock that seed, to decrypt it. Well, you may worry that your device is compromised in some way. What if something was able to get onto your device that could take a screenshot at the moment you're tapping in your PIN? Or what if there was something that had just been installed on your device that could watch where you tap on the screen and then infer what your PIN is? Well, the interesting thing about Trusted UI is that if you try and take a screenshot of this, invisible. You cannot take a screenshot of this. And that's because the UI that Seed Vault presents in front of your user's face is composited to the frame buffer after the OS. The OS has no idea that these pixels have been drawn to the screen, and therefore there's no facility for it to be able to screenshot them or capture them. The other thing it does is it intercepts the taps that you lay down on the screen. So again, nothing in Android OS can observe the taps that you're making on the screen. So it's impossible to clickjack or tapjack or to essentially keylog you in this scenario. That's Trusted UI. Then the last thing I want to deep dive into is Mobile Wallet Adapter and tell you a little bit about how the protocol works. So when your DApp wants to make use of any wallet on your phone, it all starts with this. It starts with your app or your web app firing off a special request for this URL, Solana-wallet, either an app link or a universal link on iOS. And what this does is it pops open your preferred wallet app, and your wallet app opens a WebSocket and starts listening. Your mobile app connects to that WebSocket, and then after a little bit of chit-chat between the wallet, essentially an elliptic curve Diffie-Hellman key exchange, it secures that channel. So now you have a WebSocket channel through which you can send messages between your app and a wallet. And at this point, your DApp can ask any number of questions of the wallet. You can say, sign this transaction, sign this message, sign and send this on the network. Any number of requests of the wallet, and the wallet can return to you any number of signatures or responses. And then once you run out of work for the wallet to do, then you just, boom, drop the connection. And once the connection is dropped, then the wallet switches back to the background and returns control to your app. And that's essentially the long and the short of the Mobile Wallet Adapter protocol. All right, That's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you about Saga and the Solana mobile stack today. We're going to be here, obviously, for the rest of the week. I want you to meet a couple of folks. Alicia, could you stand up? Alicia is our Saga and SMS community relations person. Oh, she left. Okay, I'll point her out to you, anyone who's interested. Emmett is probably in the sky right now, coming into Vancouver. He's going to be here tomorrow, and you can ask him anything to do with the stuff that I don't know about. You can ask me technical questions. He's the Saga program manager. He has a much higher level view than I do. If you have questions sort of above the level of the technology, absolutely bring them to Emmett. And I'm Stephen Lucier, not to be confused with Stephen Laver, who is the technical program manager of the Saga project. The Levenstein distance between our two names is, I don't know what, 4, which leads to a lot of confusion. So yeah, not to be confused with Stephen L. I'm Stephen L. I'm going to be giving some office hours. If you shoot this QR code, it'll take you to the sign up for my office hours. You can ask me any questions about the Solana mobile stack, the mobile wallet adapter, regular wallet adapter, making apps with React Native or the web using Web3.js, or just React application development in general, if you're having trouble. You can ask me questions about any of those things. I'm going to be in that back area Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 to 7. Emmett is also going to be doing office hours. So if you have any questions that were not that list of things, Emmett can answer everything else about delivery or pre-ordering or partnerships or anything you want to know about the phone from that higher level. Emmett's also going to be doing office hours right beside me, 5 to 7, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I'm going to be running a workshop in that back area. If you are interested in what you saw and you want to experiment and learn how to build your own mobile app with a framework like React Native to get started really quickly and connect to these upcoming barrage of mobile wallet adapter compatible wallets, you can sign up for this workshop with this QR code. That's happening tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., just before lunch in the back workshop area. Thank you so much for listening. If you could all grab your phones and just shoot this one last QR code. We'd love to learn more about you, why you're here, what you're building, what you're interested in, and how we can take you mobile. So we have a short little survey. Love to get as many people filling that out as possible. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the week. It's going to be amazing.